If you can't love me for who I am, I can't love you for who you ain't. All these sins account for wins, and baby, you ain't the same. These excuse, let me reintroduce, case you confused. Since the youth been paying dues, hope the truth let it fuse. Falsehoods and falsettos, I can't never fall victim. She cry when she lie and get mad that I won't listen. 100 times I don't witness.
Yeah, welcome to the Game 365 podcast. I got a special one-on-one interview with my guy, All Pro Grow. How you doing, bro?
What's going on, man?
What's up, Motion, man?
It's a pleasure, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you coming out, bro.
Definitely.
It was important because, I was going to get the whole team, obviously, but, you got a lot going on.
Yeah, RBM, we going to be back, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got to have RBM. I was talking to Real.
Sure, yeah.
Guarantee. I can't wait to have you guys in here and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, for people that don't know, where did you get the name All Pro Go?
Since I was young, like I was always been like, built, you know what I mean? I always, I went to juvenile when I was little, hit a growth spurt and, so when I came home, everybody was like, man, you supposed to be playing football, man. You like an all pro linebacker or something, man. You supposed to be in the league, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Streets drafted me first, though.
Real talk.
Then, go, that's just always been on the move, nonstop, we called it ADD when I was little, I got older, I made it sound slick, you know what I mean?
Yeah, guarantee, man. So, a lot of people don't know where you from, though, bro.
I'm from Seattle. I've been back and forth, though. My mom's from Seattle, dad's from Las Vegas, so, I've been back and forth my whole life.
Yeah,
lived in Florida for a little bit, lived in Arkansas, a
little bit of flavor from everywhere.
Traveled,
guaranteed.
It's crazy because, like, as many roots as I got in Seattle, I probably lived other places way more. Just being in the feds, being gone, growing up different places.
Absolutely.
But Seattle's definitely home.
Absolutely. How you feel that the culture versus, in other states and stuff, Midwest, down south, or wherever you've been at, the culture versus Seattle, what do you feel is distinctive or different that, because they got different qualities and ways of life and how they just go about their day-to-day. How you feel about that?
Well, like, for instance, living in Arkansas made me appreciate the opportunities and diversity here. Because I lived in a small town where it was like real segregation.
Yeah. Wow, for real.
Where it was like you get caught up on this side of the railroad track. It's like some movie shit where they chasing you in pickup trucks. Yeah, like it was the white side. I lived in Eudora, Arkansas.
Oh, okay, yeah.
4 years. So it was a white side and a black side. The white side is all the nice rich homes. The black side is all the
poverty or
poverty, what I mean? Like, you see all the tubing under the house.
Wow.
So then, I coming from Seattle, where I'm, mom's in the game, I'm spoiled, then, but still, in the streets, then going out there to where in the streets is like really on the streets, what I mean? Like,
guaranteed.
It's a different poverty line, it's just an eye opener, so, it made me more like humble and appreciative, of being out here.
Yeah, guaranteed. Guaranteed.
And, Florida, Florida was just, kind of the same. Everything was black. Everything was, made me appreciate diversity. Just see different things, a different perspective. It's country as hell,
Yeah.
I used to have an accent on me.
For real?
I used to have an accent.
I couldn't even imagine you with an accent.
Sometimes
like
it come out, like when I say iron or something. It'll slip out,
Yeah, hell yeah. That's what's up. So what is it that got you, in the music game? Do you think it's from your background of doing time? What is it that made you perfect your craft,
mostly from doing time, having a lot of intimate time to myself, having a lot of conversations with myself and, being locked up, writing letters. And, like I always had like a good conversation, from when I was a little, like, when I went to Arkansas, I became fat.
Yeah.
Like I went from the pretty boy, get all the girls, and I was a fat guy. So then I was fat, had to, develop a sense of humor,
guaranteed.
Learn how to talk, what I mean? So my conversation was always captivating, what I mean? So then, when I started getting in trouble doing time, writing letters, I just became more articulate, just doing poetry. You know, me and my dad, you know, exchanging poems. You know, then just over time, you know, I feel like everybody tries their hand at rap. You know, one way or the other. You know, like if you growing up in, everybody got like some form, some little notebook where they done tried. You know, maybe it didn't work or they lost interest, but always had a way with words, you know. So then once I actually found a cadence and a beat, you know, and you know, it just stuck.
It was able to go together,
you know
come
what I mean?
together. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing because a lot of people, you know, they find, you know, something they're unique at behind the walls, you know. And me, I felt that, you know, business was for me, just learning to, you know,
most definitely
kind of like, you know, communicate through, you know, certain little things and stuff that, you know, made me want to just be revolved around business because I came up in a business background. Grandpa had a store in the hood back in the day, little caddy store, pool hall, whatever, behind Ezel's, kind of on, what was it, on 20th and James or something like that. So, you know, but that's what I'm pulling from those type of experiences is what made me, you know, want to be in business and want to create different things, you know, entrepreneur-wise. So what do you feel that, like, you know, because some people are like I was saying, they don't know how to transition into the community and kind of take that craft or that idea or, you know, something that they know that can manifest into something positive or something good that can get them the results so they won't have to go back. Because a lot of people, they don't really do nothing in prison but play cards, hoop, politic, you know, get checked in, whatever they had going on.
I feel like, you know, it was a good thing and a bad thing. Like, I did state time. Yeah. Then when I was in the state, the feds came and got me. Oh, I feel like a lot of times when you're in the state, it's not as eye-opening as when you're in the feds, which is the gumbo pot of all these cultures and people from everywhere. And it's kind of like a college for criminals, you know, in a sense. Yeah. You know, and but in the States, you know, you're in there with all your homeboys. It's the same politics you used to. It ain't really that much room for growth. You know, it's easy to be distracted. Yeah, absolutely. So when I was in the state, you know, fucking off, goofing around with the state. You know, 19, fucking off, goofing around, fighting, doing all the typical young nigga shit. Yeah, you know. Then once I went to the feds, it was just it was more serious. You know, it was a different and. I was always a student. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't, you know, there was a lot of, you know, big wigs in there. You know, a lot of people, you know, from the Meaches and Will Falcons and you know, just different high ranking people. And I wasn't like, you know, like a lot of people in there like starstruck and, you know, just all big eyed. You know, I was a student. You know, I'm trying to learn, you know, whether to soak up, you know, certain qualities, you know, or, you know, where'd you go wrong, you know, you know, and I was just soaking up game that whole time. My plan changed, you know, because like I went in young, you know, and, you know, when you first get locked up, everybody, when they ask you what's your plan when you get out, damn near 90% of people, I'm gonna start a business. Yeah, that's what everybody say. I'm gonna start a business.
It's the easy go-to conversation answer.
But you know, nobody has like a real detailed, thought out plan. And my plan just evolved over the course of time. You know, I just made sure I stayed tapped in. What was going on? What was relevant? What was the marketplace? You know what I mean? Because you know, you could have a plan. You know, when I got locked up in 2011. You know, if I would have got out with that same plan in 2019, I'll be poor. You know what I mean? Like that's it's not even the same time.
It just didn't transcend like that.
So like I just said, I was just trying to soak up game and as many skills and just be prepared for whatever opportunity I did choose.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful thing because, you know, I believe that listening to your music, you know, you really just kicking philosophy on the track. Yeah. You know, and was it something about education? Did you like to read? Did you have a favorite book? I mean, what sparked your mind to, you know what I'm saying, think in the realm of a philosopher? Because if people really listen to your music, like, it's like literally philosophy on the mic, on the track. Like, you really popping it on a different level, bro. So and I listen to it deep. Like, I really be like, he's saying something. He ain't just popping no slick. He ain't just, you know what I'm saying? So what is it that, you know, got you like really rapping like a philosopher?
I'm well read. You know, I read a lot. A lot of creative writing. You know, just writing my thoughts down. Then you got to think when you're locked up, you have not like. you really do nothing but reminisce and philosophize.
Yeah,
you know, and it's like that was like my therapy. You know what I mean? Like, you know, being able to tell a story, being able to paint a picture. You know, even though I was doing it without music. You know what I mean? Like, you'll be in there. You gotta think how many times you done laid on your cot and just thought, oh yeah, when I get out, it's gonna be like this, or you know, you just talking about, you know what I mean? Yep. And it's like with the words, it just came naturally. And like my musical influences is like DMX, you know, Tupac, you know, Drake, you know, all those dudes. Like, we listen to them. That's what, like, they're depicting life. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they
paint pictures.
You know what I mean? So like that's what I try to do. You know, no matter what I'm talking about, I try to paint a picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's brilliant though, because a lot of people, you know, it's just, oh yeah, shoot them up, this, that, or the third, but it's really no substance, you know, behind their music. You know, and in this state of the game, I think that the youth need that. I think they need something to latch onto, something that's creative, something of value, something that, you know, timeless music. That's timeless music. It's not just nothing that's, oh yeah, we're gonna slide and spin around and come back. You know, it's actually thought-provoking, you know, music. And, you know, I believe that in this day and age, you know, you have a lane of your own. But then we'll go back to, is that lane gonna get, you know what I'm saying, rolled on by the youth coming up? Because a lot of people don't know, they either rapping for right now or they don't really know what they want to rap about. It's just a one-hit wonder, or what do you think it is?
I feel like that lane it's kind of hard to imitate. Yeah. Because, you know, like you actually have to have experiences. Like, there's certain rappers that when they rap, you know, no matter what they're talking about, it's heartfelt and you're gonna resonate with it because you believe it's believable. Yeah. It's not just, oh, I hit this nigga 9 times with this, or I, you know what I mean? Like, it's actually something substantial.
Yeah, guaranteed.
So if somebody ain't really lived a certain type of life or did these things, it's gonna be hard. You know, it's not gonna resonate the same way. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, they're not gonna have these passionate experiences to draw from. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when they get in there, you're gonna have to make up some shit. You know what I mean? It's gonna sound close. It's gonna sound cliche. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know, so it's kind of, you know, it's kind of hard to, you know, it's you know, you got to kind of have like a certain type of background, and you got to be poetic in the same way.
And I believe it got to be in you.
A fact.
You know, it can't be on you, because a lot of these cats, to be honest, bro, they're drawing from ignorance in the booth.
Facts.
They just, you know, that a lot of cats don't even need to be in the booth to me. But you were able to bring Texas Sauce Walker in the booth to get on a cut, which was a beautiful cut you guys did. Yeah. And then you were able to get on a cut with Lavish D up out of Sac. How was that experience, knowing that in their own city, their own state, in their own region, they popping, and really kind of got, you know, something going on in our region, the Northwest? So, you know, it was a beautiful connection.
It was dope. You know, both of them dudes, you know, they got some game about themselves. You know, they solid dudes. You know what I mean? And they down to earth. Yeah. You know, like both of them. You know, I took them, you know, from everywhere. You know, from the CD to Aurora to South End. Like, you know, I gave them a full tour of the city. You know, and it was like, you know, it was like places certain cats, you know, wouldn't feel comfortable at. You know, they out there popping it with the guys. You know, and,
like they was just there yesterday. Or something.
Me, you know, like, you know, they was, you know, they was really infatuated that, you know, those places really existed like that. You know what I mean? Because, you know, certain rappers, they come out here, you know, promoter, keep them in a hotel in Bellevue, show them the Space Needle, you know, take them to the mall or something, but they don't really show them the fabric of Seattle. You know what I mean? Like, show them like our culture.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it was definitely dope. You know, they both some solid dudes.
That's the beautiful thing, because, you know, and that, like you said, they'll hold them up in a hotel, you know, and having them eating Uber Eats or going to somewhere in Bellevue, and they think that's our culture, that's our life. And that's why I feel a lot of, you know, people leave and they say, oh, it's watered down or this, that, or the third, but it was some money, but I don't know what's going on out there, because they didn't really get the full experience to what they're related to. Facts. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that's unique, though, you know. Why do you feel that, you know, being an artist and you know, kind of like the hate or just the city has that kind of disdain for certain local rappers. And I'm not going to say certain in general, because it seems like there was a quote that Bootsy said, a lot of rappers die or be hated on by their own city. What do you think is something that manifests or fosters that in the music culture and in the inner city in general, though, you know?
Man, politics, pillow talking.
Yeah.
Just... You know, just jealousy. You know, it's hard to be jealous of a stranger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Real talk.
Like it's you're not emotionally invested in that person. But people that's coming up with you, that's not even, you know, whether they're people who have an emotional investment just off of something they heard. You know, if they hear something enough, they're gonna adopt that. You know, like you know, if they're not strong minded, somebody could just say, man, watch T Hill, man. That nigga a thief. You know, watch him around T. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you don't even. They could be. You don't. But they keep telling you that long enough. Yeah. You know. Then when you see you, you gonna be like, man, this nigga be stealing, man. You know what I mean?
Real talk.
And it's like you got a lot of that out here. You know, you got a lot. It's like our urban community so small, and it's messy. You know what I mean? And I'm sure it's like that everywhere. You know. Especially like a place like Boosie from like Baton Rouge, you know, them small towns like that where everybody know each other. But like once you go somewhere else, it's easier to actually take off. Yeah. Because everybody knows you by what you're presenting and what you're producing. Yeah. You know, that's what you're being measured by. You're not being measured by who your baby mama was or or what you did and how, you know what I mean? Like that's not guarantee. You know what I mean? Unless you get to a certain level, now you got the shade room, you know, and all the paparazzi on you. You know, then you're doing something good. You know, you're doing something noteworthy. You know, but just locally, you know, you got all the beauty shop and barbershop talk. You know, and just as much love as you get, you know, it's gonna be hate. You know, it'd be hard to accept.
Yeah, real talk. They doubling down on the hate. You know, and you know, to be a popular artist, you know, to have motion, what they call it, to have something going on, good quality songs. You know what I'm saying, on the internet and on, you know, all the streaming, you know, apps and stuff, which is a good thing. So what do you feel is your future in the music industry? Do you feel that, you know, at the end of the day, you want to take it next level? Or do you feel that you have such an entrepreneur mentality, you want to just open the door for the young cats to come through and then you just set the stage for that? What do you feel?
Definitely my goal. To just open the door for the young cats. You know, just create opportunity. You know, I tell young cats all the time, like, man, I got out after being gone for 9 years. Like, a lot of this shit is new to me. This is y'all day and age. Y'all grew up. Like, y'all got an advantage. Like, it's just the grind. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're willing to grind and put that work in and bet on yourself. Absolutely. You know, like, you could surpass what I'm doing because you had an advantage. Like, this is your time. You know what I mean? Like, you know how, like, when you know how hard it is to be just removed from society and thrown back in.
Talk, bro.
You know what I mean? And people take it for granted. But I'm just trying to, you know, be a blueprint. Like I say, the blueprint, my blueprint. I'm trying to show them like, you know, there's an actual way. And even if the sound that I got, because, you know, I pride myself on making distinctive music. Like I like, you know, like the word, you know, like esoteric, you know what I mean? Like for a small group of people, it ain't gonna resonate with everybody. You know, but there's people that like there's guys out there, you know, whose sound I believe in that make that industry quality music, that industry sound that a lot of people is gonna grab onto and feed on. It's just about how hard you're willing to grind, how creative are you gonna be, you know what I mean? Like how passionate are you gonna be about it? You know, so I'm definitely, you know, I don't want to be, I don't even want to be 35 years old still rapping. You know, I'm gonna drop, you know, some timeless music. You know, create as many opportunities as I can for it. You know, soak up as much game, build as many resources, and try to open some doors. Then, you know, sit back. You know, maybe do some ghost writing, do some artist development. You know,
that'd be nice. That'd be nice because a lot of people need it.
Facts.
A lot of people need to be, but so you got a clothing line. What's some of the entrepreneur things that you got going on? I know you got the clothing line Fee. You're part of RBM. You know, you guys got that conglomerate. What do you tell us? What you got going on?
I got the clothing line Fee. You know, I got a new drop coming. You know, in the winter. You know, RBM. We just dropped some our summer merch. You know, was epic. You know, richbagmembers.com. You know,
good merch. I was in Atlanta in the airport. They was on me.
Man,
they was on me in Atlanta. They was looking like
shorts. We got the crop tops for the females. You know, crazy colorways. I'm a boatsman.
That's a good thing.
Alkaline boating, man.
Alkaline boating, man.
You know, if you want to get on that water, summer's almost over. Come check me out.
I didn't make it, but they had it popping for Seafair, man. It was a movie.
Oh yeah, it was
a movie. Man.
That water, another monster.
I'm trying to tell you. All right, you know.
You know, a lot, man. You know, I be on go, man. I got a lot of ventures. You know, I really believe in entrepreneurship. You know what I mean? You know, it's one thing. You know, this fizzle out. You know, you on to the next.
Yeah, real talk. But that's the progressive mind state. You know, that's something that a lot of people have to embody, or they can't embody. That you might be involved with something and you just realize that, what I'm saying, it was just time to, transition on to the next thing. But that's to be a thinker, to be an entrepreneur, right. To be somebody that's, in the lifestyle or in, whatever they're doing that, has right. Transitioning or transcending a part of who they are, their character. Because if you're not able to transcend, then you're going to be stuck back into,
Facts.
You're going to be held in an era or a place and time that, you're not going to be able to make nothing happen because you're going to still be thinking that everything was like this.
Facts.
Yeah,
if you're an entrepreneur, you're not comfortable in motion, then you're always going to be insecure and unstable. Yeah, that's one thing. Facts. You got to be able to move. You got to, like you said, you got to be proactive and see a trend coming before anybody else sees. You know what I mean? You can't be emotionally invested just into this one venture, even though it's failing. You got to be ready to move on, and hop on. Yeah. So definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. What do you think about being an artist and, having women? Do you feel that, the ladies and just come with the lifestyle that they can be assets or liabilities? Because a lot of people don't know how to create assets when they're meeting women. They know how to just have fun. And that can be a liability to your career, to what you got going on. But then you have the gentlemen in this lifestyle of artists, entertainment, music, that know how to meet people, create connections, network, and then create, something that's beautiful that can be manifested into success or good relations or, just having a team, bro. Because that's what it's all about. It's creating a team, creating one vision, and then moving like that. You know what I'm saying?
To be honest, I feel like just the lifestyle, being a rapper and the women that rap attracts, is faggots.
Yeah.
I
fly by night.
For real, you know what I mean? So it's like when I get a woman's interest based on who I am, instead of just the rap, you know what I mean? Because I'm not lying in my music, you know what I mean? But if you're just attracted to me because I'm a rapper, you know what I mean? It's gonna be another. There's plenty of rappers. I'm not that type of rapper. You know what I mean? I'm not just out here chasing groupies and fucking groupies and I'm not.
We gotta make it make sense.
Yeah, because that's not like women showing interest ain't nothing that I got because of rap. Yeah, you know what I mean? So when it starts, I can see, you just saw me because of rap. Yeah, it's this ain't going. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it ain't even. Yeah, it don't even be worth entertaining a lot. I appreciate the fanfare, you know what I mean? I met some good women who I probably caught their attention because they heard a song or something like that. Yeah. But majority of them, that groupie mentality, that attention needle, just chasing some clout. Yeah, it don't really work out. But I got good taste in women though.
That's a beautiful thing.
I know how to weed them out.
That's a good thing because a lot of people don't really know how to separate the two. They just, come one, come all mentality. You see what I'm saying? And then you get to realize there's weeds in the grass.
For a minute, when I first got out, it was tricking me because I was listening. I was listening to people and niggas be like, "Oh man, that's whoop-de-whoop," or this Instagram bitch, she got 200,000 or 100,000, she all doctored up. Oh, that's what then I get the fuck, like, man, she's a faggot.
She got a head full of ice.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And, you know, or this, oh, yeah, this right here, that's $1 million she be doing. Now you're like, man, this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
it's each their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
guarantee.
you know, everybody got different criteria for what's a bad bitch. You know, like what's their standard of, you know, but like I said, I really, you know, like I got a acquired taste in women. You know what I mean? Like I ain't just start rapping, then just start dealing with women. So I'm not gonna just go for anything.
Yeah. So with that being said, and you know, like I know, attention is the new currency. What do you believe that this new wave of, because you're popular on Instagram, you got a poppin' TikTok, you might be on YouTube, and you got, you know, all this attention coming from social media, you're supposed to be put on a pedestal. You got your body done, you're supposed to be put on a pedestal. You know, you might have more followers than whatever rapper in whatever city. You're supposed to be put on a pedestal.
I think you're supposed to be put on a pedestal on social media, you know, but that doesn't translate into real life. Yeah. Like, it's like you still have to bring real life value. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, like there might be a female, you know, who I may share her picture or, you know, like her picture, or she may be bad as a motherfucker on social media. Yeah. You know, I'm still like the picture and shit, even though I know she really don't look like that. Yeah. Or I know she really ain't shit, because, you know, I'm a support. You know, I'm a support what you good at. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's your greatness. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that you're gonna be a great woman to me, or I gotta treat you like you great when you know what I mean? Just like there's rappers, I may listen to their music. You know, I may share them, support them, or bump it, but I don't have to fuck with you as a man, you know, to respect your art. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'm just supporting your product. You know what I mean? Yep. And that's how you gotta look at it. Like it's like I said, it's not translatable. You know, sometimes you have it to where somebody can rap good and they're solid dudes. You know, this female's bad, you know, and she's a good woman. Sometimes it be like that. Yeah. But a lot of times people just put so much into the aesthetic, you know, and the appearance of being something that they neglect to really become it. Yeah. You know,
Facts. What do you believe about male groupies? And what I mean by that is that, you know, people that try to get close to you because they see you got something going on, people that play like, you know, they may or may not fuck with you because you got something going on, you know, and that's like real popular right now. I was watching something on the internet and, you know, and it was a certain artist in New York, and, you know, he had some dudes following him. And they weren't trying to harm him, but they were like groupies. And they were like, they didn't know what was going on, because, you know, how the game is, how the streets is, you're thinking it's something negative. But, you know, they got male groupies out there, no funny stuff, but just people that, you know, they want to get around you and kick it. And they might want to get the crumbs of the groupies that you may or attract or may come following you. What do you think about that?
I feel like it comes with it. You know, I feel like it's going, you know, this was the lifestyle. You're going to have groupies on both sides, you know. I don't really take it personal. It's just like, okay, how are you an asset? Like, you know, how do you bring value? You know what I mean? Like, does it make sense? Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's, you know, I feel like that's with anything. You know, like I don't really
get caught up too much.
Have too much expectations, or you know, because I know that's what happens. Like when you popping, you know, just like in the streets, you hustling. You know, once you get on, you got people trying to get close to you so they can get better prices, you know, so they can, you know what I mean? Like,
you know, your business, like, ride in the car, all kicking,
you know, that's what happens. You know, people gravitate to what can fulfill their interests. You know.
So this is a question that I usually ask everybody. What's your definition of game? Like, what do you believe it to be in every sense of the word, whether street, corporate, your personal, you know what I'm saying, understanding of the word game, or how you utilize it on a day-to-day basis? What is your definition of that?
Game, like having some game about yourself is like your doctrine, like your principles, your qualities, your knowledge and ways of doing something. But you have game like if he's crazy, you know, like, you know, older cats say, man, I done forgot more game, you know, that you've been exposed to, you know. And I feel like nowadays a lot of people aren't really like a lot of people don't have a lot of game. They may have enough game to like recite and run on somebody.
Yeah.
But they don't have enough game to like run through somebody. You know what I mean?
To maintain.
Yeah, it's different. You know, like I can hear you talk to somebody and I could emulate everything you saying and make it seem like I'm you, appear like I'm you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I can go sell some Game 365 shit and do whatever just like I'm you, but my follow-up might not be there. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be able to deliver on this order. I just sold 20 shirts.
Yeah.
I didn't gave them one shirt, but I don't even have the inventory to sell these other 19 shirts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I done ran game on somebody, but I don't have enough to actually hold up my end of the bargain.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you get a lot of. You know, a lot of people really don't. They have like that surface level game, you know, like to where it sound good and it look good, but at its core, it's really not that. So then people have a bad taste in their mouth when they even hear that word game because they didn't have some game ran on them. So now when they think game, they think of games. You know what I mean?
So games, here comes the BS, here comes this cat
they don't understand.
Manipulate me or run some drag. And, you know, and it goes back to, you know, it's just a lot of cats just, you know, is wearing a T-shirt. It's not in them. You know, people think that's cliche, but that's the reality. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cats is just wearing a T-shirt, but it's not really who they are. It's not part of their genetic makeup, their character, their personality, you know? They're searching for a way to try to, you know what I'm saying, keep a facade, you know what I'm saying, going, and then they get to running out, and that's where, you know what I'm saying, the female or the females, you know, get to exiting stage left, and then like you said, the sour taste is left in these women's mouth, and then it makes it harder for the next gentleman trying to, you know what I'm saying, show them the playbook that, you know, has got championships and, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, real life results, not just talking about it, but real life results, you know? So that's another thing too, because I believe that, you know, what you believe is what you can achieve in the lifestyle. And I'm talking about the lifestyle of music, entertainment, you know, streets, 9 to 5, you know, climbing up the corporate ladder. It don't have to be no particular life. You can utilize game, you know what I'm saying, as a compass to navigate your way. Because a lot of people started off at Fry's and now they done moved up general manager, you know, running a McDonald's. So, I mean, you can utilize game. It's just up to you, though. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that's a beautiful thing too. And I also had another question for you, bro. What do you think about, like, you know, how a lot of artists are kind of like misusing their platform and it's ruining stuff for other artists though? Because, you know, there's people out here that take, you know what I'm saying, what they're doing in the music game locally, and it's creating politics and beef and a false narrative to music to where cats like you and cats that, you know, really have something positive to do, something going on, can't even really get nothing going in the city because these cats then created a false narrative, and now the promoters, the owners of the venues, even the law enforcement, just the community scared, and it's like, no, we don't want them nowhere here. So then it's like, where are you gonna go?
Yeah, I feel like, you know, it's just the culture, you know, like. People, a lot of people's only talking about what they know. Like you got people in there that's faking just to fit in, saying shit. Yeah. But then you got guys that's actually in it. You got guys that's actually in it, and they just rapping about what they know, and that's what's in. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you got to think, when we was young, we didn't really want to hear about do the right thing, you know what I mean? Like, it took like, you know, you always had hustlers, but you had to really mature into appreciating getting some money, you know, being at a certain place in your life. Like the bullshit was always tempting. It was always appealing, you know, it was exciting. It was always, now it's just a whole different level, and there's not that game or like just that government in the streets to where it's structured. Now it's just all over the place. It's just all chaotic. You know what I mean? It's senseless. And, you know, we mature now. You know, we looking at it, and it's like, man, this is crazy. But they was looking at us, you know, pretty much the same way, you know, when we was younger and on bullshit. And, you know, you had older cats like, man, they messing up the money. Man, they messing up the neighborhood. They don't even know what they got. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's just a growth thing. You know, I feel like hopefully, you know, a lot of these, you know, young cats, you know, I hope ain't nobody my age, you know, you know, out there,
real
you
talk.
know, acting like that, promoting, talking, you know what I mean? Because, you know, that's silly. But hopefully, you know, everybody grow. You know, we appreciate, you know, what the city got to offer because there's a lot of opportunities.
Guarantee a lot of opportunity.
And you know, everybody, you know, people trying to make this like Chicago and Stockton and, you know, like all these places where that's mandatory and necessary. And they doing a good job. You know, they making it stupid as a motherfucker out here.
Guarantee.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real, ain't
but it's like it's unnecessary. You know, we're not, you know, we don't even have the population to support that type of violence or that type of culture. You know what I mean? Like we barely got a couple niggas as it is. Like we don't got this hella niggas.
Seem like it's a lot, but this ain't really that many, bro.
You gotta think, like, for instance, Chicago, somebody could die in your hood and you might not, you don't know who they is, you don't know their family, you gotta, because the hoods is so big. Out here, everybody know everybody. One black person died, everybody's gonna know about it. Real from tough. Seattle to Tacoma. They some type of relation. You know what I mean? You know, you killing your mama's friends. You know, it's some type of relation. It's not that many of us. You know? So like we really ain't set up for that. You know, hopefully, you know, somebody, you know, they grow up, you know, wisen up a little bit, you know, it's
There's another question that I'm gonna ask, you know, all of my guests, and especially, you know, ones that I know that come from the struggle. If you were able to talk to your younger self, what would you tell your younger self, you know, from this perspective today that you would, you know, guide him in a different direction, you know, or in a better direction? I'm not saying that don't follow, because sometimes where we went through is what makes us who we are. So I'm not necessarily saying or asking you that, you know, would you just steer your younger self in a whole different direction? But what would you, you know, tell your younger self, you know, today from just this perspective, this time, this day? What would you look back and talk to your younger self about?
I would have became more financially literate at a younger age. You know, because I ran through hella money just being young that would have put me in position right now to be a multi-millionaire. Like, you know, people don't even realize the runs that they be on until they get older. And it's like, you know, when you're young, like it's like glory in blowing money and doing a bunch of stupid shit with money. You know, but I be looking back like, damn, all this money I made that just got me a 9-year prison sentence. Man. You know what I mean? Like all that, you know, like that was the price of that. Like that was, I invested in a 9-year prison sentence. You know what I mean?
That's cold perspective when you look back at
you know
it.
what I mean? So it's like, you know, the getting locked up, you know, like with all the bids I did, you know, my whole life, you know, like that made me who I am, you know, it made me sharp. You know, maybe there was probably, I could have still been sharp, you know, with different experiences in different ways. But, you know, who knows? But I know if I would have had more financial literacy, I would have been, you know, not saying I ain't in a good position now. You know,
I know what you're saying, though.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, that's something I feel like,
of course,
every young person, whether you a square, whether you're in the game, whether you, like, learn some financial literacy, learn about money, learn about stocks, you know, learn how money actually works, you know, and you don't just get caught just chasing it your whole life.
You know, business credit if you got a business. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to know how to, you know, flip that, do something with it, you know, take it and help. You know, a lot of black people don't even believe in life insurance. They think, oh, that's black, man. You get to talk about life insurance. Oh, you think I'm about to die? What you talk about? But they don't understand that a lot of the rich people, they're their own bank with life insurance. You know, there's certain IUL policies that you create a life insurance policy and you can put money on there and get a loan against your own bread. And that's what the rich do. You know, and, you know, you can do your homework and research to, you know, go into detail about that. But a lot of people don't realize that because black people, we have so many, oh man, bro, everything, you know, is
we're our own worst enemy.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing because financial literacy is important. And also, what do you believe about discipline being a catalyst to be successful in any form and way of life? What do you believe about that, bro? Because discipline is very important, I believe, too.
I feel like every failure I had was because of lack of discipline, and everything I accomplished was because of having discipline. I feel like to sustain and maintain anything, you know, it takes discipline. You know, every new level requires a new discipline. That's like the easiest formula to success. You know, whether it's losing weight, getting some money, learning a new skill. Like it requires that discipline. Like, you know, telling yourself no and telling yourself go. Like, you know, like you got to have that, you know. And it's fucked up because our culture contradicts that. Like our culture teaches us to be reckless. Like even YOLO, you know, like you only live once, you know, and you know, it's like, fuck it, you know what I mean? Just, it's like, oh,
crash out.
Yeah, you know, one more shot. Oh yeah, you know what I mean? Like leave it all on the line. Like there's no tomorrow, but you got to plan for tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like you got to plan for next week and next year. Like, you know, you got to budget your time, energy, and money. You know, in a disciplined, responsible way. Like if you actually want to be successful, because it may look like something now. Like, you know, you may have you a stretch, you know, where you flash your money. You know, you may have you some memories, but if you're not disciplined, you're going to end up having to work harder and harder and harder to stay in that same place. As opposed to where you're being disciplined, you're going to constantly climb. You know?
Yeah, which is a good thing because I believe that, you know, in order to create a team with women or brothers or family or friends or associates, it has to be an element of discipline. And it can't be no ego. It can't be no pride. You know, I don't like prideful women. I don't like women with an ego. I like team players and people who are trying to manifest this goal, this philosophy, you know what I'm saying? And come up and reap the rewards of, you know, what we got going on.
It's like I said, like it all goes back to the culture. You know, I love the culture, but we have a toxic culture that like it contradicts, you know, common sense. You know what I mean? To where discipline isn't, it's not at a premium. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's not something that's glorified for real. You know what I mean? That's something I preach to like any female I'm involved with, you know, me and my brothers, my associates, like I talk about discipline a lot, you know, but like even like in a relationship sense, it's hard because you could be on your partner, your female or whatever, about being disciplined, but if she's not strong-minded and even if she's easily influenced, it's gonna go out the window. Like, you know, I done had females I fuck with, and I done had them on some discipline shit. Like, you know, everything been going, you know, 30 days, 90 days, you know, and we get a little time apart, you know, and shit go astray, shit go out the window because the culture, you know, like that's like, it's the culture's constant. You know, it's like you always got rappers, you know, this music, you know, this toxic music, saying another message. You know, you got homegirls, you know, saying another message, you know, and they might not be in disciplined situations, you know, so lack of discipline is contagious. You got
very contagious.
You know what I mean? And it's
very contagious. And
lack of discipline, it looks appealing. You know, it's attractive to a lot of people because it looks fun. You know what I mean? Like it don't, you know, progressing and being successful is boring as hell. Like it take boring days. Like you gotta say no to a lot of shit, you know, but having a lack of discipline, you know, is like you just telling yourself, like you're not you're just full throttle all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like
facts.
You know, that seems exciting. It seems fun. You know, and a lot of people don't realize the downfall to that. You know, they don't realize it until it's too late. But like that's the key, like discipline. Like no matter what, like discipline is gonna get you there.
Real talk. What do you think about, you know, the adult entertainment industry in Seattle? And I mean like just, you know, the not necessarily the strip clubs, but do you believe that we have a culture in that life? Because, you know, I love women, you know, and I like women that get money, man. You know, like I applaud a career woman, I applaud a square, but you got to be about your business though.
Most definitely.
You know, I respect somebody about their business, bro. And you have, you know, I know we be having a lot of events and parties where the young ladies get to come out and pop their shit, do their thing. What do you think that we have opportunity out in Washington State to create an adult entertainment type atmosphere, or you think that got to stay in Cali and Florida? You know what I'm saying?
I think we got adult entertainment. You know, I think our culture, you know, like, you know, even like I was just talking to somebody about Madame Lou. You know,
you know
what I mean? Like Madame Lou was a brothel owner, you know, who bailed the government out, you know, with proceeds from prostitution. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like Seattle's built on adult entertainment. I just think like I said, like with everything our culture gets a hold of and it dilutes it and it like dumbs it down, you know what I mean? Like like we devalue it a lot.
Throw baking soda on everything.
You know what I mean? Like everything, you know what I mean? Like with everything, and like it's a $1 billion industry,
man.
But people's playing it at a nickel and dime level, so like it's real diluted. You know what I mean? So like when people think of it and you look out there, you know, and you even on the streets, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, people end up with a bad taste in their mouth because it's not professional. Like, you know, once was like, you know, like like it used to be kind of like a secret society. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it wasn't a problem then. Like when it was just a secret society, it was more professional, you know, and sophisticated. Yeah. Now everything's just everything. You know, everything's just so accessible. Everything's
free for all,
integrated. Everything's gentrified. Just, you know what I mean? And it's like it goes back. Like it's not governed. You know what I mean? Like it's not
crazy.
No, you know, and it's but I definitely think, you know, like especially like once we get a basketball team. Oh yeah. You know, you gotta think sports, adult entertainment. That should go hand in hand. Hand in hand. You know, it's just the way you do it, you know, like with anything, you know, the way you do it.
Guarantee. No, I was just thinking on that because I was like, you know, we have a very affluent state, you know, but especially Seattle, though. You know, we have a lot of billion-dollar corporations. We have a lot of things going on that, you know, can just trickle down into certain areas of, you know what I'm saying, life where, you know, everybody can have it their way if they go about it the right way.
Facts.
You know, but there's people jumping in lanes and, you know, just getting involved with activities and situations and, you know that
everything ain't for everybody.
Everything ain't for everybody. Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's where distinction come in place. You know, like there's a reason that everything is happening. That's why, you know what I mean? There's a reason there's a reason the higher ups let everything happen.
Yeah, real talk.
You know what I mean? Somebody got to raise the value for the value to be recreated. You know what I mean?
Talk to me.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, real talk. You know, and they need construction workers. They need construction workers out there. So I don't know what everybody's doing in this game, but you know, at the same time, it's like, you know, I love, you know what I'm saying, the young up and comers that's doing music that, you know, want to just be a part of, you know what I'm saying, the culture. But you can't water or taint the culture just to, you know what I'm saying, bulldog or bully your way in it, though. You know, there's etiquette to this, there's, you know, class. There's, you know what I'm saying? That's how it was.
That's a key word, you know, class, you know, like, like I was saying, like, you know, like it used to be more older cats that was like, hand done, like, you know, it changed. Yeah, it changed because, you know, with the internet, you know, and even guns. You know, everybody got guns now. Yeah. So it's a generational gap. You know what I mean? Like it's not the same. You know, there's not no fear. There's no respect. You know, there's no. You know, it's just everybody just do what the fuck they want.
Okay, corral. Wow.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like there's no authority anywhere. And that's why there ain't no structure. You know, in order to have structure, you need authority.
Guaranteed.
And, you know, in order to have real progress, you need structure.
Guaranteed.
And yes, there's no sophistication. You know, it ain't no sophistication. You know, it ain't no class. You know, it's just, you know, peddling and panhandling.
Yeah,
you
real
know
talk.
What I mean? Like
real talk. And you know, and that's ruining a lot of things going on out here in society because, you know, there's a lot of people that's involved with things that they shouldn't be involved with. Yeah. And, you know, that's just what it is, you know.
Yeah, you know, people don't understand, you know, the risk of anything. Like people doing stuff, you know, committing crimes, not realizing the penalty that's gonna come from that. You know, now they telling, you know, now they, you know what I mean? Like with every aspect of the streets, there's no structure. And it shows, it's like it's blatant.
You're not lying. And in closing, I wanted to ask you, what you bumping right now, bro? I mean, you know, you're an artist. So what is like some of your, I'd say, what's your top 3 or 5, you know what I'm saying, artists in Seattle. Like, who do you like, or who you bumping, or who you feel is on the rise? So you can kind of deliver that, you know, answer however you want to.
You know, it's crazy. You know, when I really only listen to like a little bit of music. When I be driving, I be listening to like listen to instrumentals, podcasts, sports talk. You know, like I be trying not to listen to a lot of music because it's, you know, I ain't gonna get too like spiritual, you know, but like it's like subconscious conditioning. Guaranteed. You know what I mean? Like if you keep constantly hearing something, you know, like I be conscious like the messages I let, you know, but definitely like local rappers, Lavish D, you know, he just dropped a new tape, you know, it's hot, you know, he on there talking. Peasy State talking.
He on the rise, young Peasy, man. He's on the rise, man.
Peasy's working. He got a hell of a catalog already. Like he drop a new album every week. Like on me. Every week. They got this young boy. He real melodic. His name is also Sucker K. You know.
Yeah, I gotta check him out because I think I heard that name.
He's dope. Who else? Mike Jack. You know, Mike Jack. You know,
Jack's
stay
nice.
working.
For what I heard from him, he's nice.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know
he got that energy. He got that. He got that sound. Toupee. I'm trying to think who else I don't like giving the same list all the time. I'm trying to think who else.
Yeah. There's a lot of cats rapping though. There's a lot of cats rapping out here, man. So I mean, you know, sometimes it'll get hard. Sometimes it'll flow fluently, and then you know
they got a cat out of Everett named Zayside too. He's raw
nice.
too. Yeah, he's raw too. He's raw too.
Yeah, guarantee,
you know?
man. Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming through, bro.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? One
pleasure,
love.
man.
You already know, man. We'll get you back. RBM coming soon, y'all.
We back in here.
Yeah,
most
guarantee.
definitely.